This is Ryan Vandenbush, and you're listening to the Sheriff Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to an exclusive episode of The Sheriff. Guys, tonight I am blessed to have one of the toughest men to ever lace up the skates. And the reason why I say that, ladies and gentlemen, is because I believe the toughest era in hockey was in the 1990s. This era was also the highest goals per game era and just plain out the most entertaining time in hockey. When rivalries were actually exciting, you could go to your lunchroom on Monday and actually be excited about the battle that you saw your hometown tough guy do that past Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest tonight is more than just a tough guy in that best era in hockey. He is a character hockey legend that earned the name The Animal that has stuck with him to today. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Frank the Animal Bialowas. How are you doing this evening?
Good, Sean. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, buddy.
Thanks for having me on. I greatly appreciate it. It's nice. Thank you.
No problem, bro. As you can see, I'm a little bit excited, man, because I really believe, because Frank, I believe that the era that you played in was the most exciting time in hockey, okay? I miss it, man. When I was a kid watching hockey, it was so exciting, Frank. I miss it, and I'm an advocate to try to bring a little bit of the old style back.
Dude,
the only way... Sorry, go ahead, Frank.
I would love to see that, man. It's just, this is like, you're on the right track. It's got to come back. This is bullshit.
Well, like, I'll give you the reasons for it, man, because... You know that when you were younger, when I was younger, when we were watching hockey before we played, there was an excitement to the game, Frank, that we would look forward to days before the game. And a lot of that had to do with the big characters on the team, which were usually the tough guys. So if you're looking forward to watching your hometown NHL, AHL team, and you're getting pumped up and you're talking to your buddies, you're saying to your buddy, man, I wonder if they're going to be bringing all their tough guys. I wonder if they're going to start, a tough line. I can't wait for this game to start. We don't have that type of talk anymore, Frank, okay? Because what we've done is we've gone all in on the skill, which I'm not going to be a hater on. I appreciate the skill, but we went all in, Frank, and we're missing a lot of what we used to have. Do you feel the same way?
Oh, 1,000,000%. Like, I can't even watch hockey. There's no excitement, no desire. I mean, in the Flyers organization, they take care of all the older guys here and stuff. So, you got your passes, and I take a lot of my customers and stuff to games, you know what I mean? But, I mean, I go to the game, I sit in the bar, I don't even watch. Like, my brothers called me and be like, what's the score? I'm like, I don't know, man. It's like, unless you hear some kind of tussle or something, like, I have no interest. You know what I mean? It's like the skill set is good, but again, players like myself and you, hey man, I want to see. The game we grew up in was hate. Like we didn't hate each other. Me and you could be best friends, but guess what? When we got on ice, we're gonna beat the shit out of each other, and then we're gonna go have a beer after and laugh about it. It was like, I mean, I got story after story like that. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the way it was. And there was no hard feelings. No one was mad. No one was angry. It was like, oh, man, you got me a couple good ones. Round 2 tomorrow. Ding, ding.
Oh, man. You have no idea how much I'm loving this kind of talk, man, because this is what I miss the most about playing is just the camaraderie between the guys, just shooting the shit and just telling it how it is. And Frank, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I'm still a big fan of yours, but when I was younger and I was watching you play, I created kind of an idea of what I had of you, right? And a lot of people say this. They say, man, tough guys are the nicest guys. But the truth is that tough guys are just plain out the biggest characters. And that usually includes being a very nice person, because you're either going to be loved or hated if you're a big character. But the hockey tough guys are always loved by the fans. They're always the fan favorites. They sell a lot of tickets, usually their jerseys, the highest sale. Like they do a lot for hockey. What I'm concerned about is that we've gone too far in on just the skill. I believe that if things are changed from the top, if the leadership changes, that there's ideas that could be implemented, Frank, in the game. And I'm going to give you a couple of the ideas. I want to see what you think. Now, imagine when we were playing.
Yeah.
So you're on the Philly Phantoms, okay?
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the season, and you know that once you get your 5th fighting major, that you're going to qualify for a special type of insurance that your team is paying for because they're protecting you as a player. Frank, you were never protected when you played. You were thrown out to the wolves. There was no one overlooking your role. You and maybe the 1 or 2 other guys that had to do it. There was no one overlooking it. There's a goalie on the team. There's a goalie coach. There's a power play unit. There's a power play coach, special teams. There's a strength coach. There's assistant coaches, associate coaches. There's coaches for every single possible thing in hockey, Frank. There was never a tough guy coach, brother. There was never a guy to look after.
Usually the guy was me or you trying to show other guys so they wouldn't get their asses beat. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is how you protect yourself. This is how you don't get there. It's like it's like self-contained world. You know what I mean? We took care of ourselves. You know what I mean? And everybody else. You know, so. Yeah, I mean,
there was so many hats that you had to wear when you played in the NHL, AHL. There was so many hats that you had to do. You were the team motivator, the team cheerleader, the team tough guy, the guy that had to get everyone up in the dressing room, the guy that the coach had to turn to talk to certain players because you're the only guy that they'll listen to on the team and they got to get the guy going and nothing's working. There was so many things that you had to do. Your position, Animal, was so valuable, brother. And I'm telling you this as a former player, a guy that did the role, but also played with guys that did the role and got to see it. We have something in common, my friend, that we're going to get into, which is that league in Quebec, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I've played I've played on a team where there's been 5 other tough guys on it. And you know what I'm saying because you got to see what that was like, right?
Yeah,
so I think that we must not forget how big of an impact that our era of a player was. And I think that a guy like you, buddy, needs to be celebrated. Your era was the toughest era in hockey, man. And you are one of the few people that actually got a nickname to stick. And that's the first question that I got for you, buddy. I got to talk to you about the Animal. We got to get the elephant out of the room. Yeah. When was the first time you heard someone call you that?
Roanoke. Yeah.
Really? So your first year pro?
Yeah, I came out, like I said, got out of Canada, got into, all the crap that went on, and then got on a Greyhound. My grandpa put me on a Greyhound bus so I could get across the border because I was in a lot of trouble, and then ended up in Roanoke, and like I said, probably about 270 pounds, and, I couldn't skate, couldn't do nothing, just, all jacked up and thrown on ice, and all the fans were like, the coach, I think I was in the lobby the day before and I tore the phone out of the wall and threw it at the other team. And then they seen me in warm up and they're like, what the fuck is this? And the coach looked at Roy Somner. He's like, is he playing for real? And they're like, yeah, I threw a phone at my guys last night in the lobby.
So hold on. Did you say 270?
How about that? Yeah.
Really?
I was jacked up, man. All juiced up. I was the best, you know what I mean? Back in the old days. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't even move. I couldn't skate. My legs would seize up. So I was like, coach, like, okay, let's go out there and try and play. And I'm like, nah. So I skated out, grabbed some. The guy wanted to go. They're back then. They had 5. That was the East Coast League. You had 10 guys slap shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the Quebec League. So I was like, hey, guys, like, okay, we're gonna go. I'm like, yeah, man. So he dropped the puck, 2 shots. He's out cold, laying on the ice. And I'm like, that's it? That's all you got? So I skate to the penalty box, and their coach looks over and goes, Jesus Christ. And he's like, oh, you haven't seen nothing yet. So I came out of the set penalty box, and some guy started talking to me. I just grabbed him and tuned him up, went right back to the box. So never even played a shift yet. And then the third one, no one wanted to come near me because I just like killed two of the tougher guys in the league. Like did not like wasn't even close. And so I went and stood against the boards and held the puck there till someone hit me. And I grabbed him, hit him, broke his helmet in half, hit him again, and split his face wide open. And one of them hillbillies, you know how you've been down south, eh? You know, he throws big Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket over the board on a fishing pole, and he's like, "This fucking kid's an animal." And our owner was Henry Brabham. He was a oil guy, like total hillbilly, crazy, fucking funniest man on earth. You know what I mean? I seen him pull guns on people in the bar upstairs, like crazy shit. And he was like, "Yeah, son, your nickname, it's the animal." And it was it. Stuck. Never changed, man.
That's awesome, man. So now I appreciate that insight so much. I appreciate it so much. But there's a little part here that I want to analyze a little bit because I have a feeling here, Frank, that you were a late bloomer. When did you start playing hockey, buddy?
I mean, I started when I was 3-4 years old. You know what I mean?
But like I'm talking about like what level did you play to before Roanoke?
I mean, I was in the WHL, and well, you know, and then I quit because I wanted to I had stuff going on. I was a bad kid. I got a book coming out. You'll when you read this thing, you'll have a.
When's the book coming out?
This year sometime. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. When you read, and it's all documented, like you'll laugh your ass off, dude. Funny. Like I'm not your typical hockey player, like snorting lines off strippers' asses and banging everyone and fighting. I mean, fuck, I was a stripper. I was dealing drugs. You name it, I was into it, man. Like just bad, So I quit hockey. I was making way more money. I mean, why do I want to play in the WHL? I was playing in the Saskatchewan League when I was 15. In Saskatchewan Junior in Estevan. And it was like, why am I going to play this shit for like $200-300 a week when I could be making $100,000 a week? You know what I mean? So it was just, that's what I did. And then I ended up in trouble. I ended up quitting. All kinds of shit. And then said basically snuck across the border to hide from the police.
Well, I was gonna ask you. Now I know because I like to do my research, buddy, and plus once I started like obviously learning more about you, man, I couldn't stop, man. You're so interesting, buddy. It's unreal, right? And I appreciate it so much because the interviews that I saw, you're being so honest. Like you're raw and you're real, man. You're the real deal, right? That's what I got out of it, right? Yeah. So here's a guy that is proud of everything that he's done, has no regrets. We'll talk about mistakes that he's made. We'll talk about the great times that he's had, but every time it's honest, man. That's what I got out of it. So I knew that you wouldn't have a problem talking about any of that stuff.
You know what? The biggest thing, Sean, is that like even the book, it's not like, listen, I don't need popularity. I've been popular my whole life. I've had the world by the balls. I mean, I've had $1 million. I've slept in garbage cans. I mean, you name it. I've been there and I've done it, So the popularity and the shit, even here, when everybody was giving me everything and doing everything, I was like, listen, I'm Frank, man. You want to have a beer? Let's have a beer and just shut the fuck up. Like, let's be done, And it's it doesn't do nothing for me. It's the same like the book. We're not writing a book. It's because I need more popularity or I need stupid shit or money. I don't need none of it. You know what I mean? I got a huge house. I got property, great business. But the biggest thing is like, being a fuck up like that. You understand that some kid's gonna see that. Like you said, you're bringing back an era or trying to do something, and they're gonna see no matter what you do or how you fuck up. And I was a master of fucking up. Like I'm telling you, I swear to God, man. Like the lady that was reviewing the book and stuff, I could show you the thing she wrote back. It's a lady in Harvard. My book guy is like a lawyer in the Army, and he's writing it. And he was like, the lady was like, that guy did everything that no one had the balls to do, and he's still alive. And that's exactly the way I live my life. Like I don't care. If you tell me to do something, I'm going to do it. I don't care. There's no repercussions. It is what it is. Sounds fun. Let's go.
Oh yeah, no, 100%, buddy. I'm absolutely loving this. Are you allowed to say what the title of the book's going to be?
I think it was like My Own Worst Enemy, and then with like Frank the Animal or whatever, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had great parents. I had great family. Hardworking Polish immigrants. No reason to be an asshole, but that's what I wanted to do. It's
You're 2 steps ahead of me, buddy, because I really wanted to get into family and Winnipeg, Manitoba. And that's the birthplace, right? I don't know how
yeah.
long you lived there, but you were born in Winnipeg,
I
correct?
was there, yeah, my whole life mostly. Yeah.
Okay, so born and raised.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that
I,
says it all right there.
I want to talk about the Bialowas family a little bit, buddy. I want to talk about mom and dad, and I want to talk about if there's any siblings.
Oh, yeah, I got one brother, younger brother, 12 years. You know what I mean?
He's
He's over there,
12 years younger?
12 years younger. Yeah. And he's
Right on.
he's there with you, man. So I'll have to hook you guys up. He's a huge hockey buddy, a huge fan. So
Yeah, buddy. I'd love to meet him.
dude, he lives by hockey. He knows everything. He's like, I know nothing. I just know, like I said, the old guys. I don't pay attention. It's whatever, man. Now it's business, so yeah.
Now, Frank, obviously you're an extremely big character, buddy. You like, I believe that the biggest characters that I have on my show, that they were kind of like molded into that character at a young age. I know there's got to be someone that stands out that has got to be somewhat responsible for this big character of yours, buddy. Is it your pops? Your mom? Who is it?
It's both.
Both?
Like my dad was tough as hell. Like, I mean, he owned a taxi business in Winnipeg. He was in all kinds of trouble. Same shit, JO, blah, 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 beat everyone up. I mean, I've seen him knock people's teeth out, and for cab fares. My mom used to wake me up. I used to sneak in the house at 6 a.m, which I'm sure you used to do. 14 years old, all hammered up, and you fucking think you're going to sleep, and you get a frying pan across the side of your head, like, wake up, motherfucker, you're going to church. And I'm like, church for what? It's like, sure enough, she drug you out of bed, put you in church. You know what I mean? So it was like I said, it wasn't a matter of being raised that, like, my whole family's tough. Like, that's all we did. I mean, we've had brawls at the Christmas table, full out, Bialowas family against the Lost family, like just shit shows. The booze doesn't get in. So you're around it and you think it's funny. Like, I had my first fight in kindergarten and my grandma was laughing. She thought it was the funniest thing in the world. She's like, who'd you piss off? And I'm like, no one.
So now, Frank, and this is absolutely awesome. Now, I'm just listening to what you're saying about the you're including the whole family when you talk about the toughness.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a family trait. Everybody's tough in the Bialowas family.
Dude, everybody can fight. My brother can fight. He's like the most wild manner. He's 6'5".
What?
Like, oh yeah,
6'5".
6'5". He's built like he's always been big, and but he's like one of the non-tougher guys in the whole family.
Really?
Like my uncles and stuff, just like killers, man. Like the whole family, just
wow.
Yeah, we used to beat the shit out of everyone. I mean, I've been in the newspaper where we fucked all the bouncers up. The night before my first wedding, I mean, we brawled with like 15 Army guys. Ryan Vandenbush was there. We had this massive Donnybrook outside of Wise Guys, and like I was beating the piss out of these 3 guys. My friend started. He came out all drunk, and then he got smacked, and he was curled up in a ball in the corner. My uncle smacked me. He's like, dude, your buddies are getting fucked up. We got to help. So then I'm like, I get in there. I'm beating up 3 guys, and then the next thing, my uncle sees me going down the street, and I'm sitting on top of 2 guys, Main Street, Winnipeg, just rolling them in the mouth. You know what I mean? Teeth flying out. And all of a sudden, my uncle looks over. I was getting married the next day. So my uncle looks over and says, he better be okay. You know what I mean? He didn't want to deal with my mom. So then we're sitting there fighting. Everyone's fighting on the whole street. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, fuck, you hit him with a sign. And my uncle turned around. There's this fucker at the stop sign. Just drilled me right across the side of the head. Like 120 stitches. So I covered my face up, tried to hide, because the 2 guys jumped on me.
Yeah.
My uncle comes over, and he's like, this guy's a killer, man. My Uncle Rick, he's 6'5", built like he looked like he kicked people in the face like Undertaker, man. I used to laugh my balls off. So he comes running down the street, and I'm covered up, and all I see is this guy's fucking teeth fly out of his mouth. His head almost got taken off. He grabs the other guy, picks me up, we're walking down the street. He's like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, man. He goes, oh, your mom's gonna fucking kill us, man.
So And you got married the next day.
Next day, dude. That's why all my pictures for one side, I completely shut 120 stitches. I walked into church in the morning and the fucking priest was like, maybe we postpone. I'm like, no, just fucking marry us, man. Like, I was like, get it over with. And my aunt's sitting there going, you don't think that's a sign? And I was like, yeah, they divorced 2 years later.
How many zippers?
What's that?
How many zippers did you have?
120.
120?
Yeah, both sides, all the way down across the forehead. Yeah, like if it hit me in the temple, it probably would have killed me. But just like I wasn't even out. It was just rung my bell pretty good.
And what year was this, Frank?
Fuck.
Like
that was
or what season was this? That's how I remember years sometimes. I'll be like, oh yeah, that was my fourth year pro.
It was like a couple years after Roanoke, so like maybe the
Okay.
first year in St. John's, you know what I mean?
St. John's time.
Yeah, because I was in St. John playing, and then we came back. She was in school, my ex-wife, and then we met up after the first year, or the first full year, not when I got called up, but the first full year. So whatever year it was, I don't remember.
Well,
I don't remember
yeah, St. John's was, I mean, the first year was the 92-93 season, and and you were there for a few years, as well as getting called up to my hometown Toronto Maple Leafs. So, buddy, we're talking about it right now. So let's get into it. Let's get into the Rock. Let's get into St. John's, Newfoundland, buddy. It has a special place in my heart because it may not look like it, but I'm half Irish, man, and a lot of Irish people have a lot of connections to Newfoundland, and it's a very unique place. The culture is like no other place in Canada. I'm going to shut right up. I want to hear from you. You lived there and played for that wonderful city, St. John's. Tell me about it.
Dude, Newfoundland is like gotta be like. I mean, I'm surprised I remember anything from there. You know, we had a good group, but I mean, it was like, I remember flying in. I was like, I got called up I think I was in Richmond, and I was flying in there, and I'm like, where the fuck am I going? I see this island in the middle. I'm like, Jesus Christ, and I'm like, what a shithole, And then you land, the plane lands, and you get to the rink, and they're like, let's go to George Street. I'm like, and you get to George Street, and you're like, hallelujah, I love this place.
It's I like okay, I know it's different obviously for the visiting teams and whatever, like
right.
but like, man, it almost seemed like when you're there, like that you left the country, that you're somewhere foreign, like it's something so different, and I'm attracted to that a lot. Like I like that, like, you know what I mean?
I still have a lot of friends, you know what I mean, there and stuff, and I've been invited back for stuff. I haven't been able to make it back, a couple times when they were closing the rink and they had the last game and stuff like that. I just couldn't get in because of business, you know what I mean? And it was like, it's sad, but the people there are like fantastic. I mean, for all the places that I played, it's based, definitely hands down in Philly, you know what I mean? Like St. John's and Philly. Like there's no, I wasn't a big fan in Portland. I liked it. It was okay. I didn't really, Richmond was fun, but same with, every place is good. You know that. You make it.
Yeah.
I mean, like Newfoundland, you're a god. I mean, and that's not part of it. Same like Philly. Like for being in Philly and thinking that, you're like, holy shit, this really, like you make your own bed. You know what I mean? You know that. It's like, I remember our first game in Philly. We had 2,500 fans. You know what I mean? And that, look where it went to. And I can tell you the reason why. It's just the same thing like Newfoundland. You just have blue collar, crazy people that give you the shirt off their back and appreciate like guys like us. Like they don't give a shit if you're some pompous asshole that makes $5 million or what money you make. It's how you come and you play the game. And they never forget that. It's the same way in Philly. Like Philly and actually Newfoundland are very, very similar. You know what I mean?
They're very similar, huh?
Very similar. I mean, like, one's on a small scale, one's on a gigantic, and it's like, but everybody, like, like Dennis Bonby's a really good friend of mine, you know what I mean? And Bones and Scranton. I mean, there's a town that Wilkes-Barre, they love him. I mean, like, he's got a shrine there for fuck's sakes. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
everybody. It's just, like I said, and most of the time, it's like how you played, and like we left our balls on the rink. Everybody, you did it, I did it, and that's you just didn't have as much opportunity in that era. You know, like you're saying, you know, we were talking earlier, and you're saying 10 years difference. That 10 years was a lot, because I
Yes, it
remember
was.
like when I went to Hershey, it was like already changed. The game had changed like 1,000,000%. Like guys lining up beside you and warm up and be like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" I'm like, "You're not my fucking buddy." You know, like, go away.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, like what don't talk to me, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I thought the most changed after that NHL lockout year, like the 2004-2005 season.
Yeah, I seen
Like,
it change when I retired, like that last year when I was in Hershey.
okay, so
01,
so
02.
okay, so right at the turn of the
Yeah.
century, you're saying, okay, yeah, I could definitely see that.
It was still going on, but not near on the scale of what you were talking. Like, not even, you know, not even. I mean, I fight 50, 60 times a season. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
in Hershey, I think I had 12. I mean, that's a,
yeah,
yeah, because
yeah,
no one wanted to fight you. Like, you know, before you'd line up. I mean, like, you know, when you get your chance, you're like, hey, fuck. Like, I used to sit in the shitter and read the thing and be like, okay, I'm going to fight this guy first, this guy
yeah,
second, this guy third, and get kicked out, go drink some beer, and then do it again tomorrow. You know, and
yeah,
that was. Now that, you know, these guys, they find ways, you know, it started to change where they look for ways to avoid you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got the flu, I'm sick. I'm like, you know, it was like, yeah, it was different, man. Like, you know, you look for those opportunities. Like I did. I remember, like, you know, same like first game in Toronto. It was like I knew I was fighting Twist or Simon or whoever the fuck was out there. You know what I mean? You weren't taking that away from me. I remember lining up beside, we were playing in the playoffs, and you know, Probert was my idol, man. I love that dude. You know, Bushy played in Chicago, and I'm like, Bushy, you got to fucking ask him, man. If I get to play, just like I get one shot, man. Just give me one. That's it, you know. And I didn't get the dress, but I was talking to Proby in warm up. I'm like, look, man, I love you, dude, but we got to fight. He's like, okay.
how what like obviously, like, I never met Bob Probert.
Yeah,
He, like, you know, and he got that from everybody, right?
yeah.
So how did he deal with it? How did he treat you? Like, how did
Dude,
he
he's just
talk to
awesome.
you?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, you got it, Frankie. And Bushy, like I said, Bushy was over there, played with. He was on Vandenbush was on their team. You know what I mean? And he was like,
Yeah,
you know, so you know, and actually, Proby saw like I didn't get to play, so he signed a stick for me after the game. It hangs on my wall. Man.
really.
Yeah, dude, he's a great guy. He was, you know, Proby's king. That's like, you know, in all my, you know, that's the man. I like this. You know, he gave everybody a chance. They all say the same shit. You know what I mean? He always showed up. He's a funny fucker, man. It was great. So, but
He did give everyone a shot,
dude,
though.
he gave everybody, and win, lose, or draw, and he never stopped. He'd keep coming back. You know, if you tuned him up a little bit, he'd be there the next night. You know, stop, son of a bitch, man. Like I said, I was like, please let me fight. I remember talking to Burnsy. I'm like, look, man, I know it's the playoffs. I think it was like third or fourth round. At least we were playing close to the finals. You know what I mean? And I was like, look, man, I don't care if you sit me the whole fucking game. Just when there's one break, let me go out and fight the fucker. He's like, well, I got to dress guys. And I was like, please, man, please. I was like, Pat, look, if you do one thing for me, man, just let me fight this fucker. He's like, Frankie, I would love to see it. I don't. He's like, I can't. I got to dress the guys. We got to win. And I'm like, fuck.
One thing I wanted to ask you, Frank, was that St. John's team, just
Yeah.
how tough it was. Like, Bushy's been a special guest on the show. I've been a big fan of. Yeah, I've been a big fan of Bushy as well my whole career. You guys are, man, you guys are very special to me. Now, man, he was telling me about like how hard it was kind of being in the Toronto system at that time because man, look how tough that organization was with the guys that were on the Leafs. Like that was when Baumgartner and them were up there, right?
Yeah, Bomber was up top. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah. I mean, they were okay. I mean, we had a pretty tough. It was a tough organization. Blonde was there. I mean, fuck. My first year before Bushy got there, I mean, we had Rudy Postjek, Kevin McCullough. Yeah, like when I got called up, I was sitting at a table and Kevin McCullough and Rudy Postjek sat with me at like the dinner after we played in Cap or we're playing. I got in the night before the game. And we're sitting there, and they're staring at me, the two of them. And there was one more guy. I couldn't remember who it was. It was a pretty tough guy. And they're all sitting looking at me. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? And they're like, and they just started laughing. They're like, oh, we like you already.
Mark Morrow?
Oh, I don't know. No. that team we had so many tough guys. It was crazy, dude. And so we were playing in Capital District that night or the next night or whatever. And,
Yeah.
I remember, I can't remember who I fought. I fucked someone up really good, eh? And me and McCullen were in the penalty box because he just got in a fight too. So me and Mac are sitting in the penalty box, and I can't remember what the kid was. Dale, so Krishner maybe, I don't know. But anyways, he's skating by the box and he's yapping, and the gate's still open, eh? So me and Mac grab him, pull him in the fucking penalty box, and start shit kicking him again.
See, but that's when that stuff happened.
Oh,
And it was
dude,
okay to happen once in a while, though, right,
God,
Frank?
like I said, you were everybody cries getting hurt. They're worried about their money, and it's different. It's a business now. It's not that gladiator sport. Like people used to ask me. I remember when, like when we came to Philly the first time, some of the Eagles guys would always be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, man?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "You guys are fucking insane." And I'm like, "Oh, it's normal, man." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's crazy about it?" He's like, "You just like go out there, beat the shit out of each other, and hang out, and like, yeah." I mean, like, me and John Baduke had a real good fight one day, and fucking this back in the day, and you're skate by and good penalty box, high five each other, and everyone's like amazed by it. Like, dude, it's just a fight. Like, yeah, I mean, whatever, man. But that was a gladiator. Like, you didn't have friends. Your team was your family, and you went to war, man. Like, that's what made hockey fun. And it was like, yeah. And like you said, people were excited to see that. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
fuck, with Newfoundland, when I was in Newfie, we used to play Freddie. So fucking Newfoundland, we had a tough squad. Freddie had, they had Brashear, Fleming.
Was Terry Ryan there?
Terry Ryan was there, Chris Murray, a couple other. They had like 5 real heavyweights. We had Vandenbush, me, Belanger, someone else. Like we had 5 or 6 tough guys. You know what I mean? And then
sometimes you guys would all start the game.
Yeah, the one we all stood there and looked at each other and like, and like no one wanted to start anything. It was like fuck, you can't control this if it breaks out. Even the refs were like. They were like, please God, nothing happened. You know what I mean? It was, you're all kind of just standing there looking at each other like, well, there ain't going to be no one to stop this shit once it starts. You know what I mean? It's different when you have a one-on-one and a couple little guys are fighting. You let little guys just hang on for dear life. You know what I mean? But you get 5 big heavyweights, someone's getting hurt, the refs can't control that,
That's true.
Yeah, we started a few times like that. And, then you had Cape Breton. Cape Breton had fucking Bonvie, Link Gates, Robert's brothers. Oh,
Missing Link and Robert's brothers?
Fuck, both of them. Serge and Mario, the Link, the fucking Van Kessel or something like that. Like, yeah, dude. Bonvie.
Wow.
Dude.
That was when Dennis was like.
The Maritimes was so tough. It was just disgusting. It was just like, it was insane. Yeah, I remember.
But how exciting! But like, like how? Okay, so it's the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's really excited. The ice is really clean. It's hardly even marked. Maybe there's been like 1 or 2 shifts, and then one of the big boys gets sent out there. The animal is out there. Are they gonna put someone out there to match them? Are they gonna do it? Yes, they are. You hear it from the crowd, man. You would hear it from the crowd. The crowd starts coming up a little bit. Yeah. And then the players start looking at each other, and they're gonna go. And buddy, man, there was no other sport like it, Frank.
Yeah, I'd have to say probably the most one that was like that, like me and Rocky Thompson. You know what I mean? Because we never played against them, like here, everybody in Canada knew who I was, but we never played St. John, and we were playing them for the Calder Cup finals. So I tuned them up. I tuned them up really good in the first game here. Broke his orbital bone and stuff, and Rocky's just a tough kid, So when we went back, and I had knee problems, I was getting my knee drained, everything. So I was sitting on the bench. It was like game 3 or game 4 when we were back in St. John, and that was what happened. We were down like 6-1, and I wasn't playing because my knee was like, just shot. I had to get surgery. I was just trying to make it through the playoffs. You know what I mean? And I remember Billy Barber. He's just like, he's like looking at me, and I'm like, dude, just put me the fuck out there. You know what I mean? So I went out when I was skating out. I got out on ice, and all of a sudden the fucking Rocky music, da 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 da, and the fucking building stands up, and it's going nuts. Like, dude, you couldn't hear nothing. Like, you couldn't even hear him talk. But Rocky was kind of scared because I heard him pretty bad in the first one.
Yeah, he's nervous for sure.
And his wife was sitting there, and she's like, she goes, I've never seen Rocky. She was sitting beside my friends. And she's like, I've never seen Rocky scared anyone, because he's scared of him, And so he lines up, and he's like, hey man, we gotta go. I'm like, yeah man, no problem. So the puck drops, and fucking place is loud, man. Like, you can hear nothing. I just laid him out and tuned him up again, and I put my hands up on my ears. I'm like, not so loud now. You can hear a pin drop. It just totally set, it was too far into the game to change the game, but it really changed momentum. We lost that one game, and then we took them home and spanked them, and that was it, So. But,
wow.
Yeah, that's like what you're saying, that when the crowd gets up and
Yeah.
that's a crazy feeling, man. It's fun.
It sure is. I wanted to ask you about the call up to the Leafs, the first one.
Yeah.
Were the 3 games, was it one call up, or was it multiple call ups?
I was actually there for a long time. It was like
I believe it.
Yeah, it was I was just getting bag skated, and they just used me when they needed. Like, I played my first game after call up. You know what I mean? We played Quebec. Yeah, like I said, we had Twist and Simon. You know what I mean? So, I was trying to fight everyone. It was just hilarious. And I got my nose broke first shift of the game. I was trying to dangle like an idiot, and Greg Landon got me the shoulder in the face, smashed my nose, dude. Like, smashed it. And it was like, I look like Lion King, man. It was on both sides of my face. I got up, tried to fight, finished my shift. Don Cherry was on TV, like, look at this goddamn fuck, he's spicy, And then it's like three shifts after that, I'm fighting Twister, you know what I mean, with a smashed nose, and let's go, man. I was like the happiest moment of my life. I'm standing in front of the net, felt this hand on my shoulder, spun me around. I was like, gloves off, let's go, man.
Is he the strongest that you've ever gone up against?
No, you know what? Actually, it was a pretty good, like, we were throwing heat at each other. I caught him with a couple good ones.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of shut the mill down. Like, I mean, it was, I wanted to keep going, and the refs came in. They're like, are you done? I'm like, no. And he's like, I'm done. And he gave me a pat on the ass. He's like, fuck, good job, kid. Yeah, it was like, I caught, you could see it. I caught him with one really good one, and it stumbled him. And then he kind of hit the brakes. He didn't want to throw anymore. So, he throws hard, but I throw hard too. It was like,
yes, you do.
Yeah.
That's why they call you the animal.
Dude, everything was with an intent to hurt. It was like, you don't want to really hurt anyone, but when you're fighting, you want to be king of the castle. So you throw, like, all intention to take your head off. You know what I mean? And that was part of the game. Yeah, you did it. I know you did. Everyone did. You know what I mean? You're not in there to get beat up or put on a little show or whatever, kiss each other. Hell no. Yeah. It's like, that's what I loved about it. That's what I loved about fighting. Like, it was like, it was such a man thing. You just, like, stat, but the way the guys fight that back then, just toe to toe, that your defense was your chin. There was no moving, no hiding. That was fun fights, man. Like, I watched some of the old ones, like, you always see them, and you're like, geez, what a difference, Now they turn sideways and jab each other in the chin. Like, dude, I'd stand there and take them fucking jabs. Like, go ahead, just keep hitting me, man.
So now it's funny that you mentioned that. The perfect example to me, and he's a guy that I love, and God bless his soul, Wade Belak.
Oh yeah, Beeler was a tough kid, man.
Yes, but did you not see the like the way that his style changed, and it came with how kind of like hockey changed? Like, Belak was doing those jab thingies towards the end, but rewind it 5-7 years before that, he was probably one of the better toe-to-toe guys.
Yeah.
Right? And it just changed. Yeah. Like, how the league changed, the players kind of changed too. You know what I mean?
I think Twist kind of changed the style a little bit. Like, I think it started with him. He started turning sideways, cocking his, you know what I mean, and doing that long and throwing bombs, you know what I mean? Because before there was none of that. It was just like, let's go toe to toe, you know what I mean? And like, you could see the way the guys stood. Now they stand sideways. Back then it was like face to face, let's throw. Morasti,
Yeah.
those guys, like you
Yeah.
just stood there and took them. It was funny, and that's a little bit deceiving when guys would crack you in the mouth 3-4 times, and you'd be laughing at them, and they'd be like, "Oh fuck, this is gonna hurt."
Well, what I used to say, and it would kind of motivate me to know that, I better get my shit together or I'm going to be in really big trouble, is when a guy really caught me with a good one,
Mhm.
Frank,
Yeah.
I would say it. I would say, fuck, good one. Good one, man.
Oh yeah.
Good one.
Oh yeah. That
Because
kind of wakes you up. Yeah.
yeah, but it's also,
Yeah.
sorry, Frank, go ahead.
You're not afraid. You're taking it. You're like, good one.
Yeah, exactly. Yo,
When you're scared and you're trying to hide from shit is when you get hurt. I mean, taking them, it's coming. I think the only time I really got knocked off my feet was one time in Philly, and man, I was pissed. I beat that fucker up like 10 times after that, just because.
Who was it?
LaMarche or something like that. Hershey brought him up to fight me out of somewhere. You know what I mean? And I was just being an idiot. I couldn't hit him. I kept missing and missing. And he had his hand cocked back, like all the way down to ice. And I was like, fuck, just give it to me. Hit me. And I stuck my chin out, man. I took that right on the chin. And I was like, fuck. And I remember he landed right on top of me. And I was looking at me, and I was like, you are so dead. I'm like, going to kill you. So I was like, never stop until, dude. And I swear to you, every time this kid was on ice, I was like, let's go, man. He's like, no more. I'm like, oh, you're fucking going. And I was just, and fucking finally in Hershey, he left the ice, and that was it. He never fucking played anymore. Because he had Hartley. Hartley was a dick, you know what I mean? It was just,
yeah.
He would just feed guys to the wolves, you know what I mean? It was terrible. So
now, Frank, another thing I wanted to ask you, brother, was, and the way that the way that I'm looking at it is, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to imagine, and I'm asking you about the real Goon. I'm asking you about the real Goon, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
About Mr. Smith, okay? Now he's also been a special guest on this show, okay? Yeah. Now, in his own words, he said that the way that the movie depicts your fight with him is so bizarre and unrealistic,
right?
That it's enough. Like, for me, the hockey player, Frank, it's enough to bother me, and it's not even me, it's you, right?
Oh, dude.
Two hockey guys, really honest conversation to this point.
Right.
Now, at that point of your career, you're known as, if not the toughest, one of the toughest. You're at the top. You're at the top of the league for the AHL. You're terrorizing the league, okay? You got a guy that is obviously a call-up, okay? And at his own words, you absolutely tuned the kid. You said, welcome to the league, right?
Yeah,
he said it. Yeah. He's a tough guy. He's a boxer and stuff. No, he can admit when he loses. A real fighter can always admit when he loses.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, there's no question. I mean, I thank people. When I got my ass kicked in my life, I wasn't mad at them. I'd be like, thanks for the lesson. I'll see you tomorrow. Like I said, round 2. I'd be the one knocking on your door. All right, motherfucker. Round 2. Ding, ding, ding. I never stop.
But Frank, so my question to you is, did they contact you at all and say, we're going to use your character as a pretty big part of this movie? Like, what I'm saying?
I was so pissed. Like, it wasn't with, I guess at first because Doug reached out to me, you know what I mean? Because I was fucking livid. I was trying to sue Hollywood and everything. You can't touch them. You can't, they got so many clauses and shit. Like, my lawyers, I got good lawyers, you know what I mean? Like, really good. And they in Hollywood, no one would even go near it. You know what I mean? It was like crazy. So it was like, they kind of fucked him. And he said they kind of tied his hands because they told him this is, what we're going to do. He wasn't happy about it, And then when he reached out to me, he apologized. So I was like, what am I going to do? I can't be mad. So I dropped it. You know what I mean? And I was like,
Doug's a great guy.
Everything in there. The dude, he had his wrist tape like I used to, had the stash, you know what I mean? Long hair. It's It's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Look at this bullshit. I was like, oh yeah, it was brutal, man.
Where did you first see it? Like, did you
I
watch it like the whole thing, or did you watch it just to see that part, or
no,
like?
I watched the whole movie. I was curious to see what it was. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, what the fuck is, it is? And then I was like livid, and I called my lawyer. I think that night, I was like, you gotta check into this shit. This is bullshit, man. But again,
And Frank, just to clarify to the listeners, what we're talking about is the movie Goon, which is probably one of the bigger hockey movies, right?
Yeah.
You know, Frank here's character is depicted for quite a while, and it's a pretty big part of the movie. And I'm just trying to imagine if that was my situation. I'm watching a movie. It's like,
you'd be pissed.
Wait a second, this is me.
Dude, my friends would call me and they're like, dude, that guy's you. And I'm like, that Kenny Belanger. He's like, what the fuck, man? What they doing writing a movie about this fucking guy? You know, it was like, and it is an interesting story. But I mean, like, you've been around a long time. You've talked to a lot of guys. I mean, you know what the guys that are out there. You know the shit that's been. You know, there's way more interesting stories. I hate to tell it. Like I said, like, as soon as the guy publishes my book, I'm going to send you a thing. When you read the book, I want you to call me, and you'll just be like I said, when I was telling these people, because like they got the contacts, they did everything. They're just like, oh my fucking God. Like, it's just that you'll never believe it. Like, I'm telling you, man, it's just, I did some crazy ass shit. Like when I was playing junior hockey, this is just fun. You know, I was playing junior hockey. I was a fucking stripper. So I used to go at 7:00, get dressed for warm up, try and fight in warm up. If I couldn't fight in warm up, I'd do something fucking crazy, like punch the goalie or whatever, get tossed out of the game, run down to the fucking clubs and start fucking peeling. You know what I mean?
How much money were you making at that time?
Oh, dude, tons, man. Like nothing playing hockey, but I was back in when.
No, but like, you know, a couple, but this is back then though. So $5,000 was a lot of money.
A few $100 a night, easy. You know what I mean? Anywhere from a few $100 to $1,000 a night dancing. You know, playing hockey, you're making fucking 25. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that, man. I just go show my dick and fucking call it a night. You know.
I hear you, man. I appreciate the honesty so much.
No,
this is
dude,
great.
It's part of what happened, you know. And like I said, it's a whole different, you know, like you name
part
it.
of the journey.
Yeah, that was it. And do I regret anything? No. I mean, I came out of it like a champ, you know. But and that's, like I said, that's the part of the book. Like, you know, there's a lot of kids that are messed up out there, you know, and it's like you kind of want to. You know, or people, you know, there's guys playing and they give up on themselves. Like, you know, there's a lot of shit in hockey, you know that, and they don't know what to do. Yeah, you can do anything you want, man. It doesn't matter if you're playing hockey. Yeah, you're not going to be a superstar. You know, go shovel shit, make a lot of money. I mean, you know, I'm a concrete guy now, you know, and I make more than I ever did playing. Oh, so, you know what I mean? Oh, sorry, I lost you, buddy.
That's all right, buddy.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, awesome. No, and I appreciate you saying that so much, because most of the reason, like I do this because I love to do it, Frank, and like I'm a big sports guy, and I love doing this. But one of the biggest reasons is to have a platform to create awareness for whatever better good situation we want. Most of it's been mental health to this point.
Yeah.
But what you just said is a very big point, because, dude, even someone that turns pro, Frank, like, let's say they sign an entry level. Let's say the NHL team even re-signs them to a year on a second contract, like me, right?
Yeah.
They're still not making any money, man. They're making what, 50, 75 for a couple of years. Maybe they got a 50 grand signing bonus because they're a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a lot of money, right? But you're dedicating your whole life. But what you're learning is incredible skills. You're learning to be a part of a team. You're learning to create and appreciate roles that every company needs, that every team needs in every business. And if you can develop it good enough, you've created like a platform that can get through anything, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, you're 100%. I mean, that's, you know, some of the guys, they don't think they have skills, but you do. You have the skills of being a teammate. Like, you know, you understand, you stick together. It applies to the same shit everywhere. It doesn't matter what you do. You know what I mean? It's work ethic. You know, if you want to work, you're going to make money. You know, if you want to sit around and think it's going to fall out of the sky, you're going to be waiting for a long fucking time, man. You know what I mean? So.
And speaking of making money, Frank, one of the things that I really wanted to get into was the NHL lockout season, right?
Right.
That year, being there, no NHL,
Right.
it created an opportunity for other leagues, like every minor pro league from the AHL all the way down, to really make like good money because they could bring in players for weekends, they could have promotional games. They're already getting more attention than usual. All the attendances were a little bit higher just because there was no NHL to go to. So people are going to the next best thing, right?
Yeah.
Now, you, my friend, you were called out of retirement, right? Like you hadn't played in, like, Frank, what was it, three,
Oh,
4 seasons?
dude, more than that. Yeah. Like,
4 or 5 seasons, probably,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Something like a lot wild, man. Yeah.
So what I'm interested in, and I know the listeners are, is when they started calling you, because this is a year where the LNAH,
Right.
every team must have made so much money that year.
Oh,
I remember, I don't know if you got to play against the Quebec Radio X that were playing in the Coliseum, but they were selling out that arena that season.
yeah.
With
I don't know.
Brashear was there, and
Oh
did
yeah.
you ever
I played
play?
for sure, but we played at home with that. You know. And,
It was at home, and, and,
yeah.
and you were playing for the Saint Francois de
Uh,
Sherbrooke,
yeah.
right?
That's it. You got it, dude.
I thought you would laugh at that, buddy.
Oh, dude, that was funny.
Sherbrooke, Saint Francois.
Yeah.
That's what they were called, I think, right? It was like a saint, like the logo at that time.
Like, yeah, dude, I used to just laugh. I used to go to Danbury, go there. It was just like to keep, when you finish playing hockey, you got all that pent up anger. You can't just go and shit kick people anymore. So it's like, let me go there and try, and it's a different skill set when you're not doing it every day. It's hard. It was harder, but I still fought like all their toughest guys. Like, I mean, it didn't matter.
Yeah. So okay. But how did you get recruited to Quebec? How did the LNH?
The guy, I still talk to him, Wayne Veery. He was one of the recruiters, and he would always bring the guys in. You know what I mean? So
okay, so he was like a recruiter.
Yeah, like a recruiter, and he called me and he said, "Hey, man, we'll pay you this much." So I was like, "Look, man, I haven't fucking played hockey and whatever." And he's like, "Oh, just come down and fight." I'm like, "Okay."
The numbers kept going up, or how persistent were they?
Oh no, they were good. They pay whatever you want. They're like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "This much." And they're like, "Okay." I was like, so I go there, pick up 5-7 grand, and I go to Danbury, another 5-10 grand. You fucking in a week you could make fucking $15,000-$20,000. You know what I mean, for doing nothing. Play 3 shifts.
Yeah,
at best.
So now let's rewind to that first weekend in the LNAH in Quebec.
Yeah.
So now it's Sherbrooke that signed you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Was Mike Varhog there? The tall guy, 6'9".
Yeah, I think so. I'm not.
Was Maxwell there?
Yeah, Maxie was there. Yeah.
Wingfield was there that year, or no? That he was in Danbury that year.
He was in Danbury, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Robida. So I'm trying to remember some.
Louis Bedard was there.
Louis Bedard, yes,
Louis
man.
Yeah,
he had a style similar to Morasti, the toe to toe.
Oh yeah.
Right, but he was all left.
Yeah, he was a good guy. I used to laugh. He's a great guy. They were all nice. It was like a family, man. You just go in there. They all treated you great. You know what I mean? It's like they don't care what you're getting or what you're doing. Just happy to have you there. And it was, and they used to just laugh. They're like, "You gonna try and play it all?" I'm like, "Fuck that. Let's fight."
Now, how different? Like, I know you probably absolutely loved it. Like, just the dynamics of the league and how it worked, and the showmanship of the tough guys. The tough guys are like novelties in the cities, and they're the most popular people, hands down. And like, you hear the lift from the crowd when a tough guy goes out in that league. Now, the weekend that you played, it must have been such a highly promoted weekend. Yeah, were the crowds big? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was packed. I mean, arena was packed. It was like, it's like I said, to me, none of that shit ever mattered. It was just like, go, hey man, like I'm just gonna go have my fun, release some nerves, stress relief, stress therapy, man.
Did they fly you in?
Oh yeah, flew me in, paid the hotel. They're like I said, they treated you like a king. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I wish it would have been like like not playing and not fighting on ice for like 5 or 6 years, whatever it was. That makes a big difference. You're not used to it. You still hold your own. You know what I mean? I'm just
Yeah.
naturally tough person, but it's not. You're not. I would have loved to play in there a couple games when I was in prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have been like, yeah, I would have loved that. That would have been,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about that league is like, 2 fights and you're out.
right.
Like I remember my first weekend, buddy. My second game was against Marasti's team, right? So
yeah.
he's the number 1 for his team. I'm the number
Yeah.
1 for my team. So we go once in the first period, once in the second period, and we're out, right? But
Perfect.
Frankie, I don't know if you got to experience this, but my first weekend,
Yeah.
bench clearing brawl in the second game, bro. My mentality wasn't there yet, Frank. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
It wasn't there yet. So I was so happy that I was kicked out, man. Because I was like, man, I don't know what I would have done. I would have had to act crazy. My mentality wasn't there.
Dude, that's hard, especially if you've been out. You're out of the game, and all of a sudden you're in a bench clear. It's a whole different.
Yeah.
But I've been in so many fights. It's just like it doesn't even bother me. You know what I mean? Like I said, the night before a wedding, fighting with fucking 20 guys. Like whatever. Back up in the corner, put your back to the corner, just take on all takers. Whatever it is. So
Yes.
Yeah.
So Frankie, this is the perfect time because we're right into the fight talk. What I want to pick your brain a little bit about is the boxing. Okay. Now, my reasons are I have similar experiences to you where I haven't had a professional bout like you have,
Right.
but I have 2 amateur bouts.
Right.
Okay. In Quebec.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Set up by people associated with the league,
Right.
where they had a boxing gala where there was like 5 fights where it was a pro boxer against pro boxer, and there was 5 fights where it was a popular tough guy in the LNAH against a popular tough guy in the LNAH. But you had to get your boxing license.
Wow.
Your Quebec boxing license. Everything had to be legit. They were paying us under the table, but it was considered an amateur bout, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I did it twice. Now, the reason why I'm telling you all this is because what I'm getting at is what I was able to learn, the respect for the combat,
Oh, dude.
learning how the sport of fighting is so much different than just the all-out brawl.
Absolutely, man.
I want you to talk a little bit about that and give my listeners some insight, man. What did you learn when you got into the boxing ring?
Oh, they're seasoned. They're the way they move. Like my first fight was easy because it was just like another dummy. He was doing a lot of. Well, no, it was just like he did a lot of. I was kind of getting set up. I didn't even realize it at the point. So they were looking for a name. You know what I mean? And this kid was like a tough man. I actually talked to him a few times, like about a year ago. Believe it or not, he was with Derek Settlemeyer. And
really?
Yeah, they were out in Vegas or something, and they called me on FaceTime. He's like, "You recognize this guy?" I'm like, "No, it's the guy you knocked out in the ring." I was like, and so, anyways, like long story short, he just had that same thing. Let's brawl, and like, I'm heavy-handed. I killed him, in 57 seconds in, hit him so fucking hard he didn't know if he's coming, going, or whatever. He cut me pretty bad too. He hit me with one, gave me, I think I got like 14 stitches or something. But the second fight, I fought a guy that was like 6'6", 6'7". Long, lanky arms. I couldn't hit the fucker, and I came to realize that wow, it doesn't, doesn't matter how strong, like usually anything I hit goes down, you know what I mean? But, you got to hit them, and if you can't put your hands on them, you can't hit them.
No, I hear you. It was part of the journey, and you learned a lot from it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, but I was making $10,000-15,000 a fight. That's better than some pros that have been fighting for a long time.
Now, do you think that's because of the name that you made for yourself in Philly through the Phantoms, or?
Absolutely, that's exactly what it was for. It had nothing to do with boxing skills or fight. Like I said, that first one was a setup. So the guy actually, he was winning all the tough man contests in Philly, and he was earning a pretty good reputation. And they wanted to get him to level, and they figured, and they just picked the wrong guy. You know what I mean? That was,
Yeah, buddy. I love it.
Yeah.
Bialowas Concrete and Construction.
Yeah.
Is it still called the same thing?
Yeah.
Is that the name?
Yeah, that's it.
When did you start that, bro?
I actually started like when I first finished and I retired. I was working for a cell phone company doing all the cell phone antennas and stuff like that. And then I got hooked up with two partners. It was like GMB, you know, Goshaw, McClear, Bialowas. That was so I've been like total and all I've been in business about 25 years, but like 12 on my own is Bialowas Concrete. You know, because my partners kind of, you know, screwed me over a little bit and we separated, went our own ways, and I started completely over. It was like a divorce, you know what I mean? Nothing, and again, just start from the bottom again, you know, and I've made it into like a pretty predominant business, you know what I mean? So we do well. But the
way that I use.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, Frank. Say that again.
The area helps you, like you said, with the fans and stuff like that. That's why I stay in Philly. It's just, you'd be amazed at how much business comes from that, you know, for who you are and stuff like that. So,
but see, Frank, the other thing is that people want hard workers, honest workers. That's what you represent, my friend. Like that, it's a brand. It's Bialowas, man. You know?
That's it. That's what you do.
People know what they're getting, right?
Well, that's it. And I never, like I said, I don't look at people because we've been around. You've been around millionaires, zillionaires, you know, whatever. Yeah. The money, I'm not there just because you have a big house. I have a big house, but you know, I'm not there looking at your stuff saying, oh, I'm going to charge you more. It's just, you know, you got to make money. Business is business, but you give them an honest day, 100%. Like I take really great pride in the stuff that I do. Like I really do, honest to God. You know what I mean? That's like, I don't fuck around with my business. I'm on the job every day with my guys. You know, we work 16 hours. I'm there 16 hours, you know. And that's
so you're in the field every day?
Every day.
Wow.
I do all the paperwork. I dig. You know, I'm working with my guys. I finish the concrete. I mean, everything is done. You know, I'm there every day. It doesn't matter. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. And business is good now. Like some businesses, the whole COVID thing hasn't really affected. Is that the situation with you?
Busiest I've ever been, man. So
really.
Yeah, and then your guys respect you too. Again, the team values. You know what I mean? So they didn't have a guy sitting there chirping them, say, "Hey, do this, dig this, you know, dig that shit for an hour or do that." You know, it's like if they don't want to dig it, I dig it. And then they stand there and look, and then my foreman's like, "Oh, please don't get him wound up." And then it's like, "Okay, no machine today. We're all gonna dig." You know, we just stand there and dig for 12 hours, and I laugh at them, and they're like, "It's not bad."
I hear you, man.
Oh yeah,
I'd love to work with you, buddy.
You'd have a blast. You'd be right in there, man. It's like it's a good, honest day's work. It's almost like being in the rink. You know what I mean? We bust each other's balls. All my customers are like, "Do you guys like each other? Like, we love each other, man." Like, he's fucking gay, but whatever. You know, it's like we just fuck around.
When's the next time you're coming up to Toronto, buddy?
I usually come a lot, but you guys, they shut down everything. I mean, dude, next time I'm up, like 100%, we'll look up. I'll take you to dinner, whatever, man.
I appreciate that. I'm just thinking to myself, that's like a trick question with how crazy things are going in this region.
Dude, like I said, even there, I mean, we needed a vaccine card to go to fucking Big Bar. I was like, oh god, it's closed, man. And there was only 2 open, and they closed at 10 o'clock. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm really hoping things settle down here, man. Like you can only hope for the best, right?
No, that's
hope for the best.
This shit's out of control.
Law of attraction.
Yeah, it's out of control. But what do you want to do? I mean, you guys are completely shut down now, right?
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much they closed the schools.
Yeah.
They closed the indoor dining, the gyms.
Wow.
You know, and so that's unfortunate. But yeah, bro, when things settle down and you come back up, we're definitely man,
I got you, man.
We'll definitely hook up. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, Frank. There's a lot of guys that come on the show that tell stories, but dude, you are one good storyteller, man. You are a good storyteller. You told so many good stories today, man. It was incredible. Like, like I don't know if you can notice, but like I'm on like the edge of my seat listening, just
I love
enjoying
it,
it.
man.
And I know the listeners did too, dude. And I know that I've had you a little bit longer than we agreed to. I
No,
really
there's
I
no
really
worries. There's no
appreciate it,
worries,
buddy.
man. No, there's no worries. It's all good, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Now,
yeah. Go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead,
No,
Frank.
no, you're good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say now I am gonna put you on the spot and
Mhm.
ask you to come back for a part two.
Oh, absolutely. That part two. I'm gonna get up to Toronto, make sure I drag your ass out, get you all fucked up, and it will be. Then you say, I'm never going out with that guy ever again in my life. Him and his brother. Nuts. Oh, dude.
Wow, man, that's awesome. But yeah, so Frank, again, man, the insight, the storytelling, I really think it's cool how you've really put yourself out there, man, and created created this business model of a good, hard, honest day's work will get you business. And that's what your company is getting right now is business. And it's because of the hard work, brother. And you're a great example to any player now that thinks that things are going to go downhill once he's done playing.
Oh, no,
That's
dude.
not true. You're making more money now than you did in the AHL, right, Frank?
Tons. Wait, like quadruple, way more. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like there's no. If you put your mind to something, it doesn't matter. That's the one thing with me. Like I said, I've been broke. I've had $1 million. I've been broke. Had another million, broke. Couple million, broke. My last divorce was a fucking million. I mean, like, like that. Just the one that happened 2 years ago. That's a lot of money to shell out. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
in divorces alone, I'm like probably 2 million into this fucking shit. It's like, but it's life, and so you can put your head down and cry like a little bitch, or you can get up, pull your panties back on and go to work. You know what I mean? And you'll make it again, and it's just the way it is. That's what life. I mean, if you're tough and you want to do it, you're gonna do it. You succeed no matter how hard. If you say shit's hard and you whine about it, you ain't going nowhere. Just climb in the closet and hang out. When you feel out, like I said, pull your panties up and go to work, man. That's it.
You ever thought of being a motivational speaker, buddy?
I mean, if I had the time and later, definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, but you got to have the right set of, right mindset, and people want to listen to you.
Yeah.
Some of these kids nowadays, they just don't want to listen. They think it's gonna fall out of the sky, and you try and tell them. Like I have so many friends that like, oh, I'm gonna be a hockey player. I'm like, listen, man, go to school, get an education.
Yeah.
You're gonna, and if hockey works out, you're gonna be good. Don't give up your dream. Just be prepared, because it's very, as well as I do. There's millions and millions. It's not like, I mean, think about it. The odds
No,
are.
I know.
It's like
The
winning.
odds are
Yeah,
so thin, man.
yeah, and
It's incredible.
yeah. Some people are just fortunate. Right place, right time. Should I have gone farther? Probably. You know what I mean? And but I'm not going to argue it or cry about it. It is what it is. It's just, you're not drafted. You have that. There's a lot of things against, and those things are what's hard. Like so. The route we went. I mean, I don't know if you were drafted or not. I wasn't.
I was a late pick to Buffalo,
Oh,
eighth
were you?
round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that's still something. I mean, I was nothing, man. I was like out of the penitentiary league, like, hey.
And one thing I want to point out to add to that, Frank, was I thought it was incredible, dude, that you went from trying to get kicked out in warm up in junior so that you could do your second gig,
Yeah.
right? And make some money and have some fun.
Right.
And then pretty much 4 years later, like 3 years from you turning pro, you're in the National Hockey League, bro.
Right. That's like exactly.
That's hard work and character, buddy. There's no other way. No other way that's happened.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you've been down the road. You've seen it. You've been around millions of people. It's just there's something that makes you, and like I said, it was persistence. It was every game. That, it wasn't like, and it was in my head, to be honest with you, it wasn't even like, hey, I'm going to make it to the NHL. It was just like, this is my job, man. I'm just going to go out here and entertain people and call it a day. Like I said, when I came to Philly, it was the same thing. That was the first team that ever came into a big city. That's when they started that shit, like playing beside. And I'm going to be honest with you. I literally like came in here and I was like, fuck, I do not want to go there. Like I got traded and I was like, I don't want to go there. No one's going to want to watch this shit. You know, I go, why do you want to watch an AHL team right beside the NHL team? And I was like, all right, you know, and I remember the first game we were playing Kentucky, and I was like, Billy Barber started me in, and Dave McKay's, a couple other guys that were pretty tough, and Philly's like they love their brawling, you know what I mean? And I was like, I'm out of here, man. Fuck this shit. I said, I'm just gonna put on a show and get punted, you know what I mean? So I lined up beside someone. I'm like, hey, we're gonna go, and they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah. So I dropped the puck and I started beating the shit out of him. He tried getting away, and I'm punching him in the back of the head as he's skating away. Ended up dropping him, and the place just went fucking nuts. And I was like, and there's only a few people in there, right? It's like I think we had 2,500.
Yeah.
So the next game, you know, I get there and it's like 4,500 in the stands, and I'm like, oh, they like that shit. I'm like, all right. I got like 3 fights. Then it's on the news, like this asshole spent like half his life in the penalty box and blah blah blah. And they started running with it, you know, and it was like 6,000, 8,000. Dude, a month in, we got like 20 fucking, you know, then we had the brawl with a couple brawls with Hershey, and it was like, no one wanted to watch the Flyers. They all wanted to come there. It was out of control, man. So, like, again, make your own bed, you know? It was fun. I was enjoying the hell out of it. I just couldn't care. I was like, God damn, I filled the goddamn building.
Wow, man. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, bro.
Yeah, that's what it went. I mean, it went from we were nobodies. Like, no one even knew. Like, the Phantoms did not. There was nothing, man. Like, there was zero. You know, and you went, like, I mean, I had cars from dealers. I was the third highest selling like jersey in sports in Philadelphia.
Really?
Billboards. Oh yeah, dude. Everything.
The Bialowas number 29.
Yeah. You couldn't even get them. I was Lindros, Leclerc, me. And yeah, dude. It was, and that was above all sports, football.
Wow.
Everything. Yeah, man. Me and E were like,
it's a hockey town, eh?
Yeah, me and E were like 10 jerseys apart, man. Like that in sales.
Wow.
Yeah.
And things are so great that, I mean, the Philly Phantoms Hall of Fame is another accolade that you have, right?
Yeah. That's where you don't see that.
Cool,
yeah, you don't see that ever. A meathead in the Hall of Fame. That's beautiful.
But hey, man, I mean, you won a Calder Cup. You're a champion.
Yeah. Oh, well,
right?
For people here, like I said, that same mentality like Newfoundland. If you go there and you break your back, they're very sports orientated, and they respect. Like they just, you know, people still, they see me, and like the other day I was buying fence, and the lady was like, "What's your name?" And I said it, and some guy comes running over, he's like, "Hey, is there a hockey player named that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you're looking at him." He's just like, "Oh my God, I had season tickets. I watched as a kid." He's like hugging me in there. I'm like, "What the fuck?" But that's how they are. They're just at it. They're like, "Dude, you made my childhood," and I was like laughing my ass off. It's like,
that's great,
dude. They love it. It's a great city, man. Like, I couldn't say anything better, you know.
So being a member of the Hall of Fame, like what kind of like events are there? Like, is there a yearly event, or is it just
they just
induction? Obviously, the induction must have been cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, I got inducted with Billy Barber. You know what I mean? I think we were the first one, so it was good. It was nice. It was a nice gesture. You know what I mean? It's like I said, they really, it was a family orientated with Snyder. You know, and the Flyers. It's changed a lot over the last few years. It's more of a business with Comcast now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's not the same. You know, but I mean, you were treated well. I mean, you know, you had this. It all depends. If you're a bum, you're a bum. You're not gonna fool the people here. That's the bottom line. And if you go and you go to work every day, and dude, nothing but respect. These people here will give you respect beyond anything you can imagine.
Yeah.
Philly fans.
Was that? Yeah, like I know, obviously, you know, being part of the Leafs organization, you know, playing in the NHL. I mean, I know that you were up there for a long period of time. Yeah. That's what a lot of people don't realize is that, you know, like a healthy scratch. I would like to thank all the listeners for tuning in to another episode of The Sheriff. And Jamal, I would like to personally thank you for coming on to the show. We really appreciate it, brother. You are unbelievable. We're going to sign off now, guys. Woo!
We were in New York, and I actually puked, man. I was like, I don't even think I was drinking. I was like,
oh wow,
yeah. He's like, sorry, man. And like, whatever, dude. It's just like, how much more do we got to do?
Frankie, I got two things that I'm really looking forward to. The first one is when you come up to Toronto, because buddy, I'm making you live up to this, buddy.
I swear to God,
we're going out, bud. We're going out, me and you.
As soon as I get across and I'm at my brother's house, I'll call you and say, "What's your address?" I'm sending my Uber guy for you. I got this Indian guy out there. It's just hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he was with us the one night. He's like, "You guys are out of fucking control." My friend and my brother's friend's wife won't be too happy, but oh well. We'll all get
Awesome,
together.
buddy.
It's all on me.
Now I know that with the extreme weather in North America right now, your business is at full tilt right now, right? You got something going on tonight, some trucks.
Yeah, I shut my concrete down for the winter, usually December, so I can do Christmas and hang out and take a little bit of time off. And then now we're in the plow season, so all the plows are on all the trucks, and yeah, they're going out. I'm actually going to leave. I'm going to jump in the shower and jump in. I got to be at the place at 10:30 in one truck, and so I mean, I usually get about 15 to 30 trucks on the road, in a good storm. So.
Wow, that's great, man. Good for you, man. Congratulations.
You got
30
get
trucks. 30 trucks.
I own 15 or 16, I think, something.
Wow,
like that.
man.
And then the
that's
other
those are like houses though. Like they're
they
not
are.
that...
Like the dump trucks are, they're $200,000 a piece.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Wow, good for you, buddy. I'm really proud of you, man. That's great. It's a great example for all players, man. Something to look forward to to look up to, right?
Absolutely, man. You got to work. I mean, and if anyone, I always try and help people and tell them, whatever, guys are around and they, you got to be willing to give and share. That's what it's all about. Help each other out. That's what's wrong with people.
What would be the contact info, like if someone needs like your services?
Just Frank at Bialowas Concrete, or that's all. Frank at Bialowas.concrete.com. So you'll get me there, and my phone number's on the website. Whatever. If they need it, they can get a hold of me.
There you go.
Yeah, everyone. I sleep with my phone, so everyone's got my phone number. Fucker never ringing. It's just.
Well, I got it now too, buddy, and I'm definitely gonna use it for sure.
Wait till I get across the border, man. You're in trouble.
Well, man, I think this would be great to sign off here. I want to thank you again, brother, and I want to thank our listeners for tuning in to another episode of The Sheriff, featuring the special guest, Frank the Animal Bialowas. One of the best to ever do it. True legend in hockey. True NHL character. AHL legend. And man, I'm so glad to have you on the show, buddy. Thank you again.
I really appreciate it. Thank you, man. Yeah.
No problem. And to the listeners,
I'm gonna see you soon. Hey, remember, I'm coming.
100%. And to the listeners,
you'll have an Uber at your front door and be like, Frank says, "Get the fuck out. Let's go."
I love it, man. And to the listeners, we'll catch you. Woo!